Good evening. I'm bringing you critical developments in the US-China trade relationship that directly affect American workers and consumers. Beijing has announced a 10% tariff on US auto imports, pushing the total import tax to 25% for heavy engine vehicles. This move comes as a direct response to the Trump administration's trade policies. We're facing the world's largest manufacturing powerhouse, one that's increasingly outpacing American industrial capacity. Let's break down what this means for American automakers. Companies like GM, Ford, and Mercedes-Benz are now facing severe headwinds in the world's largest automobile market. Last year, China saw sales of over 22 million vehicles, a market size unmatched anywhere else. In 2024, U.S. automakers exported more than $3 billion worth of vehicles to China. But that revenue stream is now under threat. The situation is particularly concerning when we consider manufacturing costs. American production faces higher expenses across the board, from supply networks to electricity costs. Meanwhile, Chinese manufacturers have mastered automation technologies, enabling them to produce world-class vehicles at substantially lower costs. During his campaign, Trump warned auto workers that without his leadership, the U.S. auto industry would disappear within 2 to 3 years, claiming China would dominate with electric vehicles. Now, his policies might be accelerating exactly what he warned against. The stakes are high for American workers. If exports to China decline, we're looking at a potential domino effect. Reduced profits leading to job losses in the U.S. auto sector. This isn't just about cars. It's about American families, communities, and our industrial future. Stay with us as we continue to monitor these developments and their impact on American workers and consumers. Good evening. I'm bringing you critical developments in the US-China trade war that could hit your wallet hard, especially if you're planning to buy a new car. Ford Motor Company faces projected losses of $2 billion by 2025. Their stock has already plummeted 19% last year, and now things are getting worse. This isn't just about Ford, it's about the future of American manufacturing. While the US has been focused on global conflicts, China has been building its industrial empire. Chinese automakers now control 32% of global vehicle production, while American manufacturers account for just 11%. Donald Trump's recent 25% global steel tariff might sound like it's protecting American interests, but you'll be paying for it. Each new vehicle could cost hundreds more because of these tariffs. Cars need about a ton of steel each, and U.S. steel imports exceed $23 billion annually. Chinese manufacturers like BYD and NIO are already stealing market share from American brands. If U.S. cars get pushed out of the Chinese market, their consumers won't notice. They have plenty of alternatives. But American workers and companies will feel the pain. Beijing's retaliation isn't random. They waited for the right moment to target our auto industry. First, it was natural gas and coal, then essential minerals, and now vehicles. This is part of a larger economic chess game. The truth is that making affordable cars requires access to Chinese manufacturing. No country can realistically cut China out. Trump's policies have opened the door for China to become even more dominant in global auto manufacturing. For American consumers, this means one thing: prepare for higher car prices. Whether you choose domestic or imported vehicles, the cost of steel alone will drive prices up significantly. This trade war is far from over, and your wallet will be caught in the crossfire. Good evening. I'm bringing you critical updates on America's automotive industry crisis affecting every car owner and buyer. China has transformed from a minor player to the world's leading automotive exporter in 4 years, jumping from less than 1 million vehicles annually to 5 million. American exports have dropped to 900,000 vehicles, with further declines expected. The tariff situation is creating a perfect storm for consumers. A 25% steel tariff adds $1,500 to vehicle costs, equivalent to a month's savings for many families. This impacts both new and used vehicles. Used car prices are up 40%. Repair costs increased 30%. Insurance costs rose 29%. Even basic repairs cost 20% more. This directly impacts American households' finances. When discussing tariffs with the EU, former President Trump noted Europeans weren't buying enough American cars, while U.S. roads had many European vehicles. The core issue involves competitiveness and efficiency. Market analysts worry as household budgets tighten and car sales decline, creating problems for American manufacturers. Additional concerns arise from potential new tariffs on Mexican and Canadian imports, where Ford and GM have major facilities. This mix of trade policies raises questions about America's automotive future. The concern isn't just current prices but the long-term viability of our domestic auto industry globally. For those planning vehicle purchases or maintenance, experts recommend budgeting significantly more than before. We'll continue monitoring how these changes affect your finances. Breaking news. Auto industry faces unprecedented price surge as trade tensions escalate. Good evening, I'm bringing you crucial updates about what's happening to your wallet and the American auto industry. The latest developments in the US-China trade dispute are about to hit home in unexpected ways. Imagine walking into your local dealership to buy a $25,000 car, only to find an additional $6,000 on the price tag. That's not hypothetical. It's becoming our new reality under current trade policies. Here's what's concerning industry experts. Chinese automaker BYD isn't just competing. They're revolutionizing the market. While American manufacturers struggle with rising costs, BYD offers free smart driving systems and pushes boundaries with AI technology. They've achieved substantial market share, financial stability, and low manufacturing costs. The situation mirrors what we're seeing in the region bordering Russia, where economic miscalculations have led to long-term consequences. Just as that crisis revealed complications, our auto industry faces similar uncertainties. The tariffs aren't just about immediate price hikes. We're looking at effects that could reshape the entire American automotive landscape. Industry analysts warn that U.S. automakers might struggle to maintain competitiveness. How will China retaliate? Experts suggest we're only seeing the opening moves in what could become a protracted economic chess game. The timing is critical, as campaign promises clash with economic realities. For consumers, the message is clear. The automotive market is transforming rapidly. Whether this will force a reconsideration of trade strategy remains to be seen, but the road ahead looks bumpy for American car buyers and manufacturers alike. Stay tuned for more updates as this story develops. Your insights help us understand the real impact of these policies on everyday Americans. This is your trusted news source, keeping you informed about the issues that matter most.